Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow surrounded by green hills and tall trees, there lived a small bunny named Benji. Benji was a curious little rabbit, always hopping around, exploring the world around him. He loved how the grass felt beneath his paws, soft and cool, and how the flowers danced in the wind, their colorful petals fluttering like butterflies. Every day was an adventure for Benji, and he always found something new to discover in his beautiful meadow. One sunny morning, as Benji was nibbling on some fresh clover, he noticed something shiny in the distance. His little nose twitched with excitement. What could that be? He wondered. Without a second thought, he hopped toward the shiny object, eager to see what it was. As he got closer, Benji realized it was a small, round stone, glittering in the sunlight. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before. The stone sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow, and Benji couldn't help but be mesmerized by it. Wow, Benji said to himself. I wonder where this came from. I've never seen a stone like this in the meadow before. He picked it up carefully with his paws and looked at it closely. The more he stared, the more the stone seemed to glow. Benji felt something warm inside, as if the stone held a special kind of magic. Excited, Benji decided to show the stone to his best friend, Oliver the owl. Oliver was the wisest creature in the meadow and always knew a lot about mysterious things. Benji hopped through the meadow, his little heart pounding with excitement, and made his way to the forest where Oliver lived in a big, old oak tree. When Benji arrived at the base of the tree, he called up to Oliver. Oliver, Oliver, come down. I have something amazing to show you. Oliver, who had been resting in his nest, opened one eye and looked down at the eager little bunny. With a soft flap of his wings, he glided down from his tree branch and landed beside Benji. What's all this excitement about, Benji? Oliver asked in his calm, wise voice. Look at this, Benji said, holding up the shiny stone. Isn't it beautiful? I found it in the meadow, but I don't know where it came from. Do you know what it is? Oliver blinked his big eyes and looked closely at the stone. He tilted his head and thought for a moment. Ah, yes, Oliver said softly. I've heard of stones like this before. It's a wishing stone. A wishing stone? Benji asked, his eyes wide with surprise. What does it do? Oliver smiled. Legend has it that if you hold the stone close to your heart and make a wish, it will come true. But, Oliver continued, you must be careful with your wish. You can't just wish for anything. It must be a kind and thoughtful wish. Benji's heart raced with excitement. He had never made a real wish before. He thought hard about what he should wish for. Maybe he could wish for a mountain of carrots, or to be the fastest bunny in the meadow. But then he remembered what Oliver had said about making a thoughtful wish. I want to make a good wish, Benji said. Something that will make everyone happy, not just me. Oliver nodded approvingly. That's very wise, Benji. Take your time and think about it. A true wish from the heart is never rushed. Benji thanked Oliver and hopped back to the meadow, carrying the stone gently in his paws. He thought about what his wish should be as he hopped along the soft grass. He passed by the stream, watching the fish swimming peacefully in the water. Their silver scales shimmered as they darted through the cool currents. Benji thought, how nice it would be if everyone in the meadow could always live in peace, just like the fish in the stream. He continued hopping, and as he passed under the tall trees, he saw a group of birds chirping cheerfully in the branches. They sang sweet songs that filled the air with joy. Benji thought again, wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone could always be happy and sing like the birds? As the day went on, Benji visited all his favorite spots in the meadow. He stopped by the berry bushes, where the squirrels were busy gathering food for the winter. He watched the butterflies flutter from flower to flower, spreading color and life wherever they went. Benji even spotted the shy deer peeking out from the edge of the forest, their big eyes watching everything with gentle curiosity. With each new sight, Benji's heart grew warmer. He realized that the best kind of wish wasn't just for him, but for everyone in the meadow. They all shared this beautiful place, and it was their home. Benji wanted it to always be a safe and happy place for everyone. Finally, As the sun began to set and the sky turned shades of pink and gold, Benji knew exactly what he wanted to wish for. He hopped to a quiet spot by a pond, where the water was calm and reflected the sky above. Sitting down, he held the wishing stone close to his chest. Closing his eyes, Benji whispered softly, "I wish for the meadow to always be a place of peace and happiness, where all the animals can live together in harmony, without any fear or worry." As soon as the words left Benji's lips, the stone in his paws began to glow. A soft, gentle light surrounded it, warm and comforting. The glow spread out from the stone, reaching across the meadow, over the trees, and into the forest. It touched every blade of grass, every flower, and every creature that lived there. The air felt different, filled with a quiet sense of joy and peace. Benji opened his eyes and saw the magic of his wish at work. The trees stood tall and proud, their leaves rustling gently in the breeze. The grass seemed greener, the flowers bloomed brighter, and the whole meadow felt more alive than ever before. All the animals felt the change too. The birds chirped even more cheerfully, the squirrels chattered with excitement, and the shy deer ventured further out of the forest, feeling safe and welcomed. Benji smiled, his heart full of happiness. He had made a wish not just for himself, but for everyone in the meadow, and now the whole place felt better because of it. That night, Benji hopped back to Oliver's tree to tell him what had happened. "Oliver, it worked," Benji said excitedly. "The meadow feels so different now, like it's even more peaceful and beautiful than before." Oliver smiled down at Benji from his perch in the oak tree. "That's because you made a wish with a kind heart, Benji. You didn't wish for something just for yourself, but for everyone. That's the true magic of a wishing stone." From that day on, the meadow remained a place of peace and happiness. All the animals lived together in harmony, and whenever a new creature arrived, they were welcomed with open arms. There was always enough food to share, and the meadow's beauty only grew with time. Benji became known as the little bunny with the big heart, and all the animals loved him for his kindness and thoughtful wish. He spent his days happily exploring the meadow, playing with his friends, and enjoying the peaceful world he had helped create. And as for the wishing stone, Benji kept it in a special place, hidden away in a small burrow near the pond. He didn't need to make any more wishes, but it gave him comfort knowing it was there, just in case one day another wish was needed. But for now, Benji was content. His wish had come true, and the meadow was the happiest place it could be. The days were filled with sunshine, laughter, and the sweet songs of the birds. At night, the stars twinkled above, watching over the peaceful meadow as all the animals slept soundly, knowing they were safe and loved. And so, the days passed, each one as beautiful as the last, and the meadow remained a magical place, all thanks to one little bunny's thoughtful wish. The end.